Well, Jordan, a lot's been made about everything that your situation, contract, things like that. Can you give us an idea of where things stand from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, my agent's here today. I know him and Bean are talking things through. I'm just excited to be back out here playing football again with my teammates. It's been a journey, but I'm here right now. I'm excited, like I said, to play football and to continue to get better.
I mean, you've produced, obviously. They need, there's no question, your value to the defense. Are you hopeful that there's enough room to
Always.
find agreement?
Yeah, always. Like I said, I'm letting them handle that side of it. Like I said, Drew's here today, talking things out with Brandon. I know they're both working things out on each side. So I'm just really excited to be here today again with my teammates and see the guys again and start this journey and continue to get better every single day.
Was Drew being here intentional? Is that a sign that you feel maybe things are close? Or?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. That's hard to say. I haven't. I got to talk to him some more, see where things going. Like I said, I'm just really excited to be here today. It was really cool to be out here with the fans again. Seeing the guys again yesterday. Haven't seen them in a while. Obviously, saw them during the mini camp. Just a couple days, but being able to really spend time with them in the dorm rooms, in the locker room, and in the lunch room, and really just continuing to build what we've been building here since 2017. It's really awesome to be here again.
You obviously went to the mandatory minicamp. Was there any thought or discussion in your mind of potentially not being here today?
Not in my mind, no. I feel I want to be here. So you know, that's how I feel. I want to be here.
What's the challenge of just focusing on football and not letting the business negotiation side potentially bleed in?
There's no challenge. Football is a game that I love passionately, and when I'm out there on the field, nothing else matters. And that's just honestly, that's how I feel about it. When I step out there on the field or on the practice field, or whether it's training in the off season, there's really nothing else that matters, other than just continuing to get better and continue to try to be the best that I can be, the best version of myself for my teammates and coaches, and in order for us to try to help our team win football games.
Jordan, I know every situation is different, every guy's different, but a lot of guys would just play their contract out and see what happens when it runs out. What prompted this kind of the stance that you took? That you weren't going to be there the off season, you wanted to get paid, I guess. What prompted the stance?
What do you think?
Well, I'm pretty sure I did. Did you feel that you were really kind of an undervalued asset of the team?
It's kind of been like that my whole life. Not necessarily on the team, just throughout my journey in my football career. Just kind of feeling. And I'm not saying that that's how I feel here, but at the same time, I'm 31 now. I still feel like that I can play at a high level for a few years. This is probably one of the strongest off seasons that I've had. Coming into it, all I've heard is Jordan. All I've heard is Jordan's age, this and that. So that continued to motivate me in the off season. Continue to motivate me and want to show. And that's why I chose to be here, because I wanted to come here and show that I'm ready to play and I can still play at a high level. And I want to continue to be a leader for this team and continue to do what I can to help this team win football games.
The defense has kind of a tough act to follow, obviously, after finishing number one and everything last year. What did you, conditioning-wise, how did you approach this off season? Is there a way? What can you say about conditioning? How you tried to get better after a season that's hard to improve?
Yeah, watching a lot of tape. Obviously, I'm training down in South Florida. It's hot down there. There's a lot of guys down there that I was able to train with, able to do one-on-ones with, David Njoku, Jonnu Smith. There's a couple tight ends, a couple receivers that really helped me out in the off season as far as technique-wise, and training with my trainer, Pete Bomarito down in Aventura, and then Mark up in Boca. Both of them, they really pushed me harder than I feel like I've ever been pushed in the off season. And again, all I kept hearing this off season was, "Oh, Jordan, his age this, his age that. Maybe he can't do it anymore." And that continued to motivate me to basically, I can't cuss on here, basically say F that. I'm going to show you what I'm about, and I'm gonna come into training camp ready to go. I thought we had a really good day of practice today. It was really fun to get out there on the field again. Obviously, day one's always probably the easiest day. How do you build off of day one, going into day two, obviously going into day three, one day at a time. So It's just it's really exciting time of year, obviously for everybody, for a lot of Bills fans. But we still got to go and put the work in, and we still got to go and do what we got to do to get better every single day.
191, same as always. Is that what you're?
I weighed in yesterday, 197.
Jordan,
Yeah.
you're one of only a handful of guys who have been here for this entire stretch, this entire run. And it kind of goes back to the first questions you were answering. But compared to when you got here and now, I know the expectation is probably always to win a Super Bowl, but how have the expectations changed over the course, and how does that also impact your approach as training camp comes?
Yeah, I think you understand. Guys have been here for a period of time now. So instead of really installing defenses, it's more figuring out ways to help yourself get better within those defenses, and that's what training camp's for. Being able to maybe you take some more chances, maybe you try to get to the ball a little bit more, maybe you see stuff differently, and that's the experience that we have in our back, not just in our back end with the linebackers and the D line, with the guys that they brought in at D line. It's really going to help us out in the back end to be able to make plays on the football. So it's up to us to continue to get better and watch the film and not take any day for granted, not take nothing for granted. Because last year doesn't really mean anything. I know everybody has the Bills pinned for whatever they want to have us pinned for, but we still got to go out there and work every single day, and we still got to go put the work in and get better every single day.
What's Drew been like for you? What's Drew and his team been like for you?
It's been amazing, man. Nothing short of amazing. Just the support that they've shown me, him and Kyle and all those guys down there in Florida. It's really cool to connect with him. And he comes to my workouts down in Pete's, and he's always communicating with me, and so it's been really cool. And I know he's going to work, and I know Bean's going to work, and I'm optimistic that something will get happen. But I'm just, like I said, I'm excited to be out here and playing football again.
Jordan, the Chiefs game, where does it, is it totally in the background, forgotten? Do you use it as motivation? Did you watch it again? Like, where does that stand?
Yeah, I watched it. A couple times. Watched the NFL Films documentary on it, or the clip they had on it, of those last couple plays, and obviously it continues to motivate you in the off season. Seeing guys like I was around Tyreek a lot, so seeing guys like Tyreek and just him pissing me off, and I was on his podcast. I don't know if you guys saw. The first thing he asked me was, what happened in the 13 seconds. So, that stuff definitely motivates you in the off season. But obviously, it's a new year. You don't want to dread in the past, because then you can't look forward in the future. So, just continue to get better and understanding that the team we have a very good team, but we still got to go put the work in each and every day, and continue to build that continuity, continue to build that those relationships in the locker room, and those will carry onto the field.
Talking to Josh, he says he loves coming here to training camp. He loves the turkey burgers.
Yes, that's the best. I've been waiting 3 years for those turkey burgers. 3 years.
Bob Miller says he hates the toilet paper. Where do you stand on going away to training camp?
I love it. It's hard. This is the first time my daughter actually understood what I was doing this year when I left her a couple days ago, and she started crying, and it broke me down. I was like, wow, because I'm not going to see him for another month or so, but it's what I do. This is what I live for, and they understand that. My wife understands that. My daughter might not understand that yet. Daddy, why does Daddy got to go away for a week, or a month, but he's got to go play football. But it's hard, but at the same time, I love being here. I love being around the guys again. You only get to do this. This doesn't last forever, so. I really want to enjoy it and embrace every moment of it, because 10 years, 15 years down the road, I'm not gonna have all you guys sitting here asking me questions. I'm not gonna have the fans out here asking for my autograph, so really just trying to embrace all of it and enjoy all of it. Plus, I play a game that I passionately love, so that helps a lot too. So I love coming to St. John Fisher. I love all the guys on the team, and it's a really special group of guys.
First time you've had a new position coach. What's it been like working with Jimmy and also losing Bobby?
Right.
He's there.
Yeah, he's definitely there. You definitely hear him still. No, but Jimmy's been an awesome coach, awesome mentor since I've been here. I know he's coached the Nickels in the previous years, but he understands the defense. He understands the scheme. He understands Mike and I. Not just Mike and I, Jaquan, D-Ham, JT. He understands our strengths and weaknesses, and he continues to coach us on those. And I know he's going to get us ready and prepared to play these games.
Jordan, is that one way you maybe tempered expectations, or you yourself, when it comes to the high expectations that this team has?
or at least from the outside, everybody's picking you guys to be the Super Bowl, your Super Bowl favorites, to looking back at the 13 seconds, reminding yourself of those lingering, stinging memories.
So, what's your question? I'm sorry.
I guess, is that how you temper? Is that
Like balance?
Yeah, balance. Yeah.
If you got, to me, and we always preach it, is just taking the one day at a time approach. Obviously, you want to learn from your mistakes, from what happened in those situations, the things we did well, the things we didn't do well, obviously, and that led us going into the off season for that motivation. But right now, it's a new season. It's day one out here today, just kind of getting our feet wet on the field again. It felt really good, and just what can we do to build off that? How are we going to get better off of that, offensively, defensively, and special teams? And I know our offense is going to push us, and we're going to push our offense, and that's what we got to do in order for us to be a really good football team.
Jordan, how much do you want to finish your career here in Buffalo, and how do you balance that with whatever desire there is to get the money that your players rightly earn?
I love the city. I love these fans. This is my 6th year out here. I really feel part of this community. I do a lot of stuff in the community. A lot of people out here obviously know my story and what I've gone through in order to really be just sitting right here in this seat right here, and it's really special. And you asked how I balance it. I just try to enjoy every single day. This, like I said, it could be gone tomorrow. You never know. So I really love these moments. I really love talking to you guys, talking to the fans. But that's really how I balance it. My wife keeps me in check too. So she's always letting me know, hey, how are you doing? Just being a wife. Making sure I got food. She's sending me food if I need it. But it's pretty. I don't want to say it's easy to balance, but at the same time, you kind of you compartmentalize everything to make sure that you're doing everything the right way.
Jordan, you've been here since the beginning, since Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane walked in. On a day like today, the start of a new season, when you step on that field, do you reflect at all about the last 5 seasons and really what you guys have been through and how far you've come?
Yeah, we kind of mentioned it today when we broke it down with the DBs. It's almost seems like it's just something we've been building since 2017. Obviously fell short in the AFC Championship game 2 years ago, fell short last year. How are we going to get over that hump? And we understand we got to put the work in. It's not just, on paper, yeah, we have a good football team. On paper, everybody's got a good football team. But, how are you going to get that edge? How are you going to, continue to put the work in and continue to get better every single day? Because, there's ebbs and flows in games, ebbs and flows in the season. Just being able to balance all of those ebbs and flows and being able to handle adversity the right way. Every team handles adversity. Or every team has adversity. How the teams actually handle it is a different question. So, like I said, it's a one day at a time, one thing at a time approach. I know JB will appreciate that quote right there, but we're really a one day at a time approach. Is that it? Thank you guys.